Hello Year 7, today we're going to be learning how to draw a city scene using the skill that you learned last week, which is 1-point perspective. Okay. For this task you need a pencil, a ruler and a rubber. Okay. This is going to be worth 50 marks, and you're going to have today's lesson and next week's lesson, which will be a pink week, and I will take on all the work and I'll assess it out of 50 marks. Bear in mind that the other small projects that you've done so far have only been worth 10 marks. Okay, so I'll explain what you need to do today, and then you can spend an hour this week and then an hour next week. Okay, or even if you can do it in less time, that's completely fine. Okay, you can do 10 minutes, 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, but I would imagine once you get started with this task that you'd like to finish it. Okay, so what you're going to do is, in your book, your next available page, I want you to get a landscape page in your book, and you're going to draw the horizon line like you did last week on the top. And then you need a point where you're going to join all of the lines up to. In this case, mine is going to be there. Okay, so then what I'm going to do, I'm going to start by drawing a building in the distance here. Join these two up. That's slightly wrong. There, and then I'm going to add the side, and then I'm going to use rubber to rub out those parts there. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit more of an interesting shape here. I'm going to put that there, and you can't actually see that, so there's no point doing that line there. And then I'm going to do, let's round the edges off maybe. Here and here. I'm quite pleased with that. And then I'm going to add some more detail. So I'm going to do an entrance. So I'm going to say this is like a supermarket. Okay, so this side and this side are both facing straight on, so you don't have to put any angles on those. Let's just do a line to here, and then a line up. Let's get rid of that. There. And then get rid of that. This. There. Actually, I don't think that looks quite right. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to leave that flat like that. Okay, so I've got one shape there, and then I'm going to do a sign straight up there. I could write the name of a store or something like that. And then I'm going to do more buildings here. I'm going to round these ones out, make them a little bit more interesting. There. I think I'll draw that one over here so I can see a bit more of it. And then I'm going to join these corner lines to here. And then I need a straight line going down, and then I need a parallel line, so let's just delete these parts, and I join that there. I'm going to do like that, and then get rid of those, rub them out in your case. And then I'm going to do, to get a door on the side here, I need to do a line first like that, and then I'm going to do two lines coming down. And then if I delete or rub out those parts, got the door frame in the right place. Let's do a window in the same way. Here. Here. And then some straight lines there. Parallel lines with this line and this line. There. And then let's just do that. Okay, so now let's do one more building in the foreground. And let's do see what happens when I do this shape. Here, 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 and then draw down. Get rid of those. Door frame. Window or a sign. And now we're going to start with the roads. Okay, so from the mark that you make on the page, draw two lines. You might want to do, in fact, let's do a thin line like that, or like two lines, and then slightly thicker, so it's got like a path as well. And then rub out the lines that you don't see, and then let's do a road across. Yeah, I'm going to move slightly down. Once you start getting lots and lots of lines, this is where it becomes tricky. So the key is to do all of your lines really light until you've finished. And then you go over your work at the end and just highlight the parts that you would like to be highlighted. Let's get rid of those. There. Okay, so it's not looking too bad now. And here. Okay, so I've got a road there. Let's just rub out that part there. A road, and it goes right off into the distance. Okay, so if you wanted to avoid it looking like that, maybe you could just put a building here. Get rid of that. There. And then let's do a road that goes in the background. So it's going to be a little bit thinner because it's everything is getting smaller as you go into the distance. There. Okay, so you can start seeing that you've got the basics of a little town or a city coming along there. Just do something on this to make it a bit more building-like. Just do a big sign, maybe. You could write something on there. Okay, now once you've got to this stage, okay, and all of your lines are nice and clear, then you can start putting lots of different details to personalize your little town or city. Okay, so you can do a lot more. I would expect a lot more buildings on your final assessment piece. Okay, just to show you how to do a couple of the buildings. I've just done 4. Let's just have to make that a little bit darker, just so you can see. I think that's a little bit too dark, in fact. Let's do thick one. There. Okay. So once you've got to that stage, now I hope this isn't too big of a jump. Okay, but this was the attempt that I had, and I took a little bit longer. Okay, so you can see it's a similar design idea. Yeah, but I've got lots of windows. I've got signs. I've got door frames, I've got little handles on the doors, I've got some lettering in there. Even in the background, all you do for the background, if you want to have like a hilly background, or you could have more buildings, a bit more like Dubai. But I'm going to go for the hills, like this. And then if you delete these parts, got like a little backdrop. Okay, so you can put whatever you want into that. I want to see your creativity when you're doing this. Okay, then you need to start adding little details. Okay, so I've got some images that I've already got drawn out that I can place on my design. Okay, so let's put some lights in there, lamps. So I put that there. Think about the size of it. I'm going to do a row of lights on this row here, and they're all going to be the same size. Okay, now if I do the same for lamps in the distance, they're going to be smaller, okay, because they're a bit farther away. So if I put these over here now, okay, so if I just put them there like that, they would not look correct. So you need to shrink them down, or in your case, you just draw them smaller. There and there. Okay. Okay, so it's not looking too bad that. And then I'm going to put 3 different lamps coming down this road. So I need to do a line like that. Is that right? Join the line there. See, it's getting bigger. And then I'm going to put one here, a little bit further back. Oh, it's not quite right. And then, as it's getting further into distance, you just need to make them a little bit smaller for it to look correct. Okay, so the lights getting smaller as they go into the distance. You can do that with traffic lights as well. Let's put some traffic lights here. Be slightly bigger in the foreground there, and then maybe some trees. Okay, and once you start drawing all these little details, then your city will start coming to life. Okay, so I want to maybe put a car there, and then this car is going to go into right over at the back. It's going to be much smaller because in the distance, even that's too big. There, and then to do one more going the other way. It's going to be slightly bigger, but it's not going to be. This is going to be the biggest one. This is going to be a little bit smaller, and then that's going to be even smaller. Like that. Okay, so then you start getting your city, and it starts to look a lot more realistic, or it looks a lot more interesting. Okay, you'd add people. It's got like drawing a little dog, or a little lady drawing or walking a dog, and you can put some people in the foreground a little bit bigger, and just start to build up your creation. Okay, you'll get to this stage soon enough. Okay, so now I'll put lots of detail into it, put all of the trees in, quite pleased with that. Then I was getting even more creative. I wanted to put some fun into the design, make it a little bit different. So I did this design, and then I added loads of different details. So this is entirely up to you what you want to do, but I've got Godzilla, got some helicopters, got the guy from Ghostbusters. We've got some loads of people walking the dogs. I've got all the different signs on the idea, and it just starts to come to life. Okay, you don't have to colour it this week. I prefer you not to, but you need to start a new page in your book, please, and you'll get 50% of the work done today, or you could get all of the drawing today, because next week is going to be your chance to add some colour, to do some rendering to your design. So if you just draw it out today in black and white, or just in pencil, then you'll have the next lesson to add any further rendering. Okay, take care, well done.